you might not achieve what you want to achieve today, but if you keep working at it, you eventually can get there. I'm Dave Ellis, PTVI para-triathlete. In para-triathlon, I'm PTVI 4-time world and European champion. So I'm visually impaired, so I've got no central vision, so can only see on the outside of my eyes, and it affects how I see detail, basically. It is inherited. I didn't realise I had it until I was 16. To describe my disability, I'd say it was kind of like if you look up at the sun and get that kind of bright flicker in your eye. It's like that, and I just can't see anything in the centre of my eyes, really. In para-tri, there are obviously lots of different categories, from the wheelchair athletes all the way through the different physical disabilities, so leg and arm impairments. And then in VI, there's 2 different categories. There's the more impaired, the blind athletes, and then we're the VI athletes that obviously are chasing the blind athletes. So they set off first, and we're just stood waiting on the edge of the water, waiting for 3 minutes to go, and then we basically chase them down. Normally with my guide, train probably about 8 or 9 times a week, probably 4 in the pool, 2 or 3 times on the bike, and then a couple of runs together. Luke's my guide since 2019.
To me, being a guide's pretty special. I think it's like a gateway into a realm you didn't know existed. I think obviously we're very sport focused, but I think we just get on really well as friends as well, which I think helps our daily training and performance on race day. Communication's pretty key when it comes to guiding, so you can adjust the race tactics appropriately, and also communication when racing in terms of actual guiding skills, in terms of what's coming up, hazards, how the race is panning out, what's going on, etc.
We have to swim with a guide, and we do the whole race with a guide, but we swim tethered to the guide, usually around the leg.
I'm sighting all the time, looking up to where the course is going and where the buoys are, so I'm making sure that I take the correct line and the most direct line to the buoys. And then when we get there, I might give Dave a little tap just to let him know the buoy's there, and then that we're turning.
Then we race on a tandem for the bike section of the triathlon. I've been asked who's on the front of the tandem many times. It's definitely the guide, the one that they can see.
And on.
Right foot on.
Yeah.
Left foot.
Yeah.
On. And then they'll often call corners, accelerations, out the saddle, all these kind of aspects to the technical part of the course.
Over.
Yeah.
2, 1, and down. On the run, there are rules of where the athlete and guide can be apart from one another, so I'm not allowed to lead Dave in the run, so I have to be just half a step behind him. So he is essentially leading the race, and I definitely can't cross the line before him. So, as tempting as it might be.
I'm really looking forward to the Commonwealth Games. I think it'll be awesome being in Birmingham. We're just sports lovers in this country, so I can imagine they'll all get behind us, and the atmosphere should be pretty big.